All right, there we go. That's it. We should be good to go. Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me well? Huh? Hi, Corey. I see you there. Naze. Yeah, yes. So that means you guys can hear me well. Great stuff. Great stuff. I hope you enjoyed a bit of that music there and had a bit of a relaxing few minutes. Usually, this is just meant this 15 minutes that we play the music is meant for people to join. Since Zoom has now updated their joining procedures, it's not that easy to join anymore without the right procedures and signing in and all that. But that's just the way life goes. All right, guys. So tonight I am going to have a bit of a different meeting, and I'll tell you in a minute why. There's not an agenda to start with. I'm going to just speak about one thing only, and the reason why there's not an agenda is because of what I'm going to speak about, of course. All right, so first of all, I want to say again, welcome to everybody, and thank you for joining. I think we're good to go. I want to start off by just for the sake of the new members, especially because I know there's a lot of new people that joined recently that don't know the history of Finalmente, where we come from, what we have done, and some don't know us as well, and in terms of what we stand for. If you look at the very first meaning of our name of our company called Finalmente, which is translated from Italian or Spanish, whatever you want to, it's very close anyway, which means finally. Now, for those of you that don't know this, and that's why there's a very specific reason which you'll understand in a minute why I am starting with this tonight, is the name of the company Finalmente is really because we got sick and tired of people scamming, extorting, etc. Extortions and scamming on the internet and all that. And that's really where Finalmente started. So everybody that knows us by now a little bit for a while will agree with this. And please do me a favor, type it in the chat box if you know us for some time now, especially those that's come from last year. Confirm that if you are in agreement with what I'm about to say. There's one very fundamental principle about our company that we believe is there to make us different, to differentiate us from the rest, and that is transparency. From day one, when we started with the business, a little bit of history, many of you know the story already. When we started the business, we started because of scammers, of course, yes, but we didn't have any funds. We were all down and out and being scammed and emptied our pockets. And we asked the community that they will trust us, and we asked for 10 people to join us. And some of those 10 people are on this meeting tonight. All right. Some of those 10 people work for us today. All right. And those 10 people will know this. We can confirm this, is that we said one thing, and that is to be transparent. And whenever we might want to make a huge decision about the company that could affect its members, the one thing we do is we allow, up to a certain extent, of course, we allow members to give us their input, their opinion on how we should do things, what we want to change, what is the best way. This is option A, option B. Which one do you guys prefer? I do not believe there are many companies out there that work like this, that operate the way we do. And this is why I'm starting with this tonight, because there is this thing about that we call transparency, and we absolutely believe that there is no other way than to be successful in the online industry other than to be transparent to the members, the community, and everybody that support us. Okay. And for this reason is why I am going to go over to the next topic of discussion. I need to announce something tonight, which in the past 24 hours has happened to us. And this really coincides with and sort of confirms that we are being transparent. The only reason why I didn't announce it earlier is because I wasn't sure. We were still investigating things, and up to about an hour ago, more or less an hour and a half ago now, I've actually got confirmation, and I literally got the information before the meeting started. Hence, at that point, I decided to change tonight's meeting to be different. Okay. So, guys, you will notice the website has been up and down in the past 24 hours. Apart from our history, when we actually tell you the website is going down because we are working on something, and this is when it will come back up, I think we've got a pretty good track record to announce to people and members that we plan maintenance or we plan website downtime. Okay. But unfortunately, things happen outside of our control, unfortunately, sometimes, and this causes the website to go down unplanned. This also happens, and this is what happened about in our local time, approximately 1 o'clock this morning, 1 a.m. All right, I happened to have been up at the time still, and I was busy working on our exciting new projects, which is what I really wanted to announce tonight. We have got some great stuff coming, and we are ready to start launching some of it and announcing some of it from as early as tomorrow. But unfortunately, the website went down. This has now put a delay on launching those projects, of course, because the primary focus should be always to have the main site up and running. We have experienced a DDoS attack. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the DDoS attack is, or DDoS attack, some of you must have seen this on the internet or heard about it. Some of you might very well know what I'm talking about. Is basically, it is somebody that is programmed a huge, strong server with robot software to attack our website. And the purpose for that is to make the website go down. Now, we have recently upgraded the website to a much, much stronger server. So, but it doesn't matter, because the amount of volume of traffic these DDoS robots send to our website is absolutely astronomical figures that we're talking about. And I'm going to show you a bit about now. So I want to tell you about the website tonight. I'm going to tell you what we stand for. And I want to say something before I continue. The chances of the person attacking us in being in this meeting tonight is probably 99%. So I'm speaking to you, sir, or madam. I don't know if your screen name is fake or what. Okay, I need to tell you, I'm having fun. Okay, we are having fun with you. Okay, but I'm not going to pay you. All right, guys. So this guy contacted me, and he said to me, "Listen, I want you to hire me, and I want you to pay me a sum of money so I can work for you." And I said, at the time, I said initially, "I can't speak to you right now. I'm experiencing a problem." Only to find out that this person contacted me asking me to hire him was the very same person responsible for this. Okay, this happened over Telegram at the time. I took some screenshots of our conversation, which I'm going to show to everybody now. Because, guys, at the end of the day, you know what? We are transparent, and the one thing I will not tolerate is being blackmailed. Okay, the fundamental basic principle of employing or hiring a person to start off by blackmailing me, and for that reason you want me to employ you. I'm telling you now, sir, madam, whoever you are watching this video now, you can forget about it. Okay, I will rather take my site down completely, reinvent a brand new site, refund all the members, and start all over again. I'll rather do that than to pay a ransom amount of money, because that is just, in terms of integrity, not something that I enjoy, and I will not tolerate that. Not just me, my entire team is behind me on this. We all feel the same. We will not do this. Having said that, and I know I smile about it and I laugh, we're having some fun here, but it is unfortunately that the members are experiencing what is commonly known in the industry as FUD. Okay, it is really it's really about fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's a marketing acronym that's been doing the rounds for a while now. And I want to assure all the members of Finalmente, there's no reason for you guys to go into a FUD mode. FUD, F-U-D. All right, there's no reason for that because number one, your data is backed up. It's backed up every 15 minutes, okay? Externally stored, so it is safe. That's to start off with. I've mentioned this in many previous meetings. Our website itself is not generating funds. So if the site is up or down, your funds are transferred from the website. As you pay it, it's actually not even paid into the website. It's paid into an external hot wallet. It is then immediately transferred away from the hot wallet to an external other source. And for that reason, your funds are working for you, even though you can't see it working. All right. So when we moved the server, I want to explain something else. Something we did is we subscribed to Cloudflare. Cloudflare is a DDoS attack protection service. Depending on the level of subscription you choose, they will then protect your website against these things. So what they really are doing is it's like forming a shield over your website's data, but the DDoS attack is so strong and so huge that it sometimes causes this amount of traffic to the website, and this DDoS attack protection then kicks in, and it basically shields the website and it protects it, so it takes the site down. It's almost like automatically putting a layer of security in so that nobody can access the site. Okay, this is a protection thing, guys. I'm explaining this so people understand not to worry about it. It's a pretty normal thing in the industry to happen to most sites, especially if you start growing at the rate we've been growing at the last few weeks. We start attracting attention, and then we start getting, we started being contacted by these scammers, fraudsters, extortionists, etc., etc. And that's really what it is. I'm going to go over to show you guys all as a little bit of a graph. This is a graph I received from our IT department over the past, since 1 a.m. this morning, how we got attacked. As you will see on the graph, and I don't expect everybody to understand what I'm showing you. It's just look at pictures, okay? Just every time the top end of the graph, that's really, so the orange part is when we are being attacked. Okay, the blue part is when our server basically block the attack. All right, so as you can see, each time the attacks come in, our servers are blocking those attacks. And we've had 25 million blocks since 1 a.m. this morning. It's not even 24 hours yet. As you can understand, I don't care what server you have in terms of hosting your website. There are not many servers out there that will be able to sustain this. Okay. What's the difference between Finalmente and most other websites and online businesses? Because yes, certainly you guys have heard this before. I know I've heard it before. A website that I'm a member of, they come out and they say, oh, we've been hacked, we've been attacked. We have not been hacked to start off with. We've been DDoS attacked, okay? Our website's perfectly safe. The data is perfectly safe. There's no problem there. It's just down. In fact, our IT administrator is not on this meeting tonight. I don't know if he's on. I don't think he's on because he is busy with the engineers, okay, to put blocks and stops and things in place even further to what we have already done. Okay, that's number one. But the difference between us and another website, they use some websites, if the intentional, no, hang on, let me say this in a different way. If a project owner or a website owner has the intention to scam and defraud its members, they will, a lot of the time, use DDoS attacks as the very same reason. We call it an exit strategy. They will use DDoS attacks as an exit strategy to close the site down and run away with the members' money. You must have heard this before where people say, oh, we've been attacked. Sorry, guys, all the money's gone, site's down. Poof, that's it. All right, we don't intend to go and do that, so don't worry about it, please. It's not going to happen. Okay, we are going to put whatever we have to do in place to make sure this doesn't happen. Now I know this guy is or lady, I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking it's a guy because that's his profile pic on Telegram. We've blocked him. He's probably using more than one profile. He's using fake names. He's probably on this meeting. I'm telling you guys this now because this is how they work. All right. This is he joined our group, and then this is what happened. And I'm going to show you guys. Took screenshots of all the chats so you guys can see exactly what happened. So the next step was that he sent me this. This looks like a pretty normal offer to me. Somebody offering some protection and their services. Okay. I will look at it when I get to it. Okay. Not a problem. That's fine. So we got this thing where he says he's introducing himself. He's a programmer, blah, blah, blah. And he wants to offer me his protection. Not long after that, I noticed this guy posting on the meeting, in the room, saying check your private message. Okay, but this is after the site has actually gone down for the first time. I thought, why is this guy saying this to me? But because you can imagine my Telegram looks like a Christmas tree. It's just messages. So I really take time once or twice a day to go through it and see what I've missed, what my team hasn't been able to answer, etc. And then I actually personally message the people. All right, I went then to this, and I found this, of course, and then I found this. This is a partial screenshot of all the countries that the site couldn't access the site. And at this stage, I said to him, "I'm sorry, because at this stage the site was down." I said, "I can't talk to you now, but I'll get back to you." All right. And then this is what bothered me. He said, "I'll bet you $85,000 your site's going to go down again. Okay, but if you hire me, your website will never go through this again." So then, obviously, this attracted more of my attention. Okay, I'm going to show you next screenshots of what it is. He started talking, and I said, what do you mean? Are you actually the one causing all of this? And his answer to me was very explicit and straight up. Yes, it was him. He sent me his Bitcoin address, and he says that he will guarantee me he's going to continue attacking our site until I pay him his ransom money or whatever fee or whatever it is. I don't know what you call it. To me, it's ransom money. To me, it's blackmail money. It's not a hiring fee. You don't hire a person in a company based on this. I'm sorry. You just don't. That's not the way to do things. Hiring an employee is a two-way street. You start off on a decent relationship building to start off with. This is definitely starting in the wrong way. So anyway, I'll show you the next. So he then was sort of boasting a bit about the other sites he took down for the day. Guys, I'm sorry. If you are telling me how you've extorted other people and you're actually showing me the proof of it, and you are coming to me asking me to hire you because you are this good, I don't care how good you are. You know what? I will not tolerate this. I'm sorry. Okay, this is just wrong. Why are you doing this to other people? These are people, also project owners like us. They are really just trying to make a living. I don't know these owners. I don't know these particular sites. Maybe they are scammers or not. I don't know. It's not for me to say. But it's also not for another person to jump in and start causing this kind of damage to other people's businesses, because that's really what he's doing. Because remember now, when our site is down, we can't receive deposits. And it's creating a huge amount of resources requirement for our staff to answer all the people asking what's going on. And all the time we spend asking people, explaining to people, just relax, we are looking into it. That's time we could have spent on building the business in the right place to make it better for everybody instead. So this is what he said to me then. And I said, why are you doing this? And he says he wants to win me over as a client. Come on. I'm sorry. That's not the way to do things, guys. Anyway, So the last bit of it, he says to me, okay, guess what? Your website's down again. All right. I said to him, I'm not insulting you, because he was saying that if I want to insult him, he's going to show me what he can do. I wouldn't do that anyway. It's not the type of person I am. I wouldn't insult somebody. I will just part ways with you in a friendly and a handshake manner. That's the way we operate. Okay. And then he started again with these little messages, and he carried on, and he's carried on until about 2 hours ago. I haven't checked my Telegram. I'll be honest with you. It's not possible for me to continue entertaining this conversation. So the end of it was, I told him I can't do anything about his problem. I'm not going to pay him. I don't have money to pay him, because at the time, at the morning, he wanted $1,000, and it was it's because, besides the fact that it's just wrong to start off with, it's I'm not going to run around 3 o'clock in the morning to find somebody $1,000 just because he says so. And how do I know, even if I had to pay, how do I know that he's not going to keep it live for one more day? He's going to come back to me and say, okay, now you see what I can do. Let me ask you for $2,000. I'm sorry. I'm not just going to start entertaining this. Guys, really, so that's the long and the short of it. What I want to say to you guys is that we've got this, and we've been having some fun and some sleepless nights. But what I want to go over to a little bit of good news for everybody is that we are in the process of adding more projects. Okay, I've said this a couple of weeks ago in one of my Zoom meetings. What was meant to happen tonight? This meeting was meant to be about our advertising section, because the modules are pretty much 99% done. We were ready to install it last night and test it through the night. We were all ready and up and running, and then all of this happened, of course. So we had to put that off a bit, but we will probably carry on with that soon in the next day or so. I'm just waiting for feedback from IT to see how far they're getting with getting our site sorted out. And I don't know, how long it's going to be. So I'm begging you guys, we are not running away. Just give me time. What I've been assured by IT is that the plans that are in are running. The funds that have been deposited are safe. It's all clean, all checked, all clear. No problems. There's nothing missing. I have double checked and triple checked this myself, asking everybody I had to. So there's no problems. It's just you will experience either the site being slow because of the continuous attacks, or you will not be able to gain access to your account for now, because certain IP ranges are being blocked, of course, by this software. It will be rectified again. So if you can't get into the site, please tell everybody that's in your downline the same thing. I know many of you have your own groups. I know some country representatives have their own Facebook pages, like Corey, for example, etc. I know some of you have your own rooms, like Harry, Rainier, and those guys. Just communicate to your people, please. Tell them that doesn't help them flooding us with support emails. Is the site down? Is the site down? Yes, there's a problem. We are telling you there is a problem. We are working on it. Please allow us time for it to sort this out. What I can say, though, the additional projects, and for obvious and security reasons, I cannot disclose now the names of it. The other projects we are busy with, there are 3 more websites, separate, different websites coming. They will all be sister websites of this website. There's different types of sites doing different types of things, all about generating online profits, hugely focused on advertising, YouTube video viewing, that sort of thing. That's what I'm prepared to say for now. We've been working on one of the projects we started working on. We started way back end of last year already. It's sort of nearing completion now. It's in testing phase. In fact, the website's up and running. We are busy with artwork and the images and all that. The other 2, in fact, have been installed and up and running. Security is busy being checked at the moment as well. And what we've learned, based on what we've learned with our main site now over the past 24 hours, it's going to take a little bit longer, because we're actually going to move all of those sites to the same security system. All right. So we don't end up having to redo those sites. The beauty about the way we do this, it's going to generate funds. Number one, like I said, it's going to generate profits. It's going to allow people to advertise their other platforms, including Finalmente, but not only Finalmente. It's going to be fully automated. So the advertising and the loading and the viewing and all of that will be all fully automated, and you'll be able to do it from a member back office, different sites. You will have to register on them, yes, because they are new. We are not going to assume everybody's interested in this. So what we will do is, when we have our meeting to announce the first one, we will go through that particular site in a brief nutshell to explain what it's all about. And we will allow those members interested to actually register on it. It does not affect our current site. This stays as it is for now. It's not going anywhere. So if you choose to only stay with the one site then that's perfect. All right. This is really, like I said, this is really for people wanting to advertise their other businesses, affiliate marketing, all sorts of offers. There's a whole lot of exciting things coming. Then, of course, one of the other reasons why we are doing these other sites are to allow people to start with nothing, where they don't have capital to put into an investment program, or they don't have capital to start off with, but they have some time, they have internet, and they have a device, a mobile device or a computer. So these programs some of them have options where these people that are really having the bad end of the deal by not having funds to start with, have an opportunity to start doing certain tasks and getting paid. Initially small amounts, yes, I agree. It won't be getting rich overnight for nothing. Of course, that's not the way things work. But it will give people a platform and a method to start earning money without investing any money. All right. So that is really one of the main reasons why we're also doing this. And of course, this will all be managed by us, Finalmente Global Pty Limited, the company. These will become divisions within our company. And I'm so excited about this. I want to tell you guys the names and show you the artwork we've got, because it's so awesome. But I can't do it now because those servers are not protected yet. So we are busy in the setting up process, and the last thing I now need is people to attack those servers. So I can't even mention the names of the projects, unfortunately. But I can tell you one thing. There's a lot of thought gone into this, and from my side to all the team at Finalmente, all involved in that. Every single person somehow involved in it, from server admin to artwork and design, advertising, etc. Thank you very much for your hard work over the past 2 weeks. Especially, we've burned midnight oil to get these things going, and we will launch them very, very, very soon. In fact, so the plan of action is, step one is we will launch, first of all, the advertising modules for Finalmente Global. That's step one, and that's just about done. I've been told 24 hours. So, okay, but that was yesterday, and that's because of the DDoS attack. Now, of course, that's been delayed. So I'm thinking another day or two, depending on the progress on this. Second step is going to be the second project. I must be very careful not to say the name. Okay, the second project, which will be an advertising and Bitcoin lending project. It's a combined project, but it will also allow people to perform certain tasks to earn money. Okay, and in the same platform, it's a separate website. It's a completely separate website. Okay, so but it will be managed by us, and you can then just join up, and that website has its own rules because of what we do there with Money to Make It More. So if you want to join that website, you'll be notified. There will be videos saying this is what you need to do if you want to, because some of these things are going to be KYC requirements. Okay, I'm telling you guys that up front now. KYC is becoming a big problem for us because we need to know our customers and we need to know our members, and it's important. So KYC is coming, whether people like it or not. We have to do KYC, all right, and it's part of being a reputable organization is to be KYC compliant. So even Finalmente Main Global, the website, this one that you guys are on now, will have KYC compliance as part of the thing going. I will not stop your account if you're not KYC compliant. That's not what we're going to do. That's not how we're going to go about it. So in case anybody has questions and concerns right now, let me tell you, it's not going to happen. You will be required to become KYC compliant, but you'll be given fair and enough time, especially on the existing site that we are running. You won't have, it won't happen where you log into your account one day and you can't do anything because now you're going to run around with IDs and stuff. That's not how we're going to do it. We will announce it over a period of time, and we'll allow sufficient time for people to upload your KYC documents. It's going to be basic documents, ID, passport, driver's license type of thing, and proof of address. Okay, and this is also to cut out commission abuse, because some people are creating fake accounts on commission abuse. Now, yes, I said tonight's meeting will be different, and these are the things I'm talking about in general. People say, okay, but why do you allow more than one account to be signed up from the same IP address? The reason for that's simple, because people go to their offices and they've got internet at their offices. 2 or 3 people at the same office share internet. They will have the same IP address, but it's different people. They are not even related. They're just co-workers. So how would it be possibly fair for us to block them purely because they're using the same internet connection? So we cannot do that. But what we can do is make sure that we are KYC compliant. That way we'll make sure that there are no duplicate accounts. All right. So that's one of the things that's definitely going to happen. And it'll also cut out all the falsely signed up accounts in the rotators and all that. Because if those accounts that are signing up are fake members, they're not real people. It's just slowing our server down. If there's no reason for them to be there, we'll just remove them. Okay, and that's the way it's going to be. And we're doing all of this at the end of the day. So the people that are really serious, they joined us, they support us because they want to earn a living from this. That's what it's meant for. Okay, this is not meant for people to play around on servers and attack us and have fun with us. And yeah, we're having fun, but it's not fun really, honestly. This is not what it's meant for. This is actually a serious business. And only people that are serious about a serious business would be allowed in. Sorry, that's the way it's going to be. And this will then eventually create a community. It will be called the Finalmente community eventually. I don't know. But the fact is, I already feel that, I can feel it, that we have this community going, where certain members of this community are all in it to support us and look after us and have our back, if I can use such a term. All right. I will, though, for tonight, allow questions and answers. I'm just going to pause for a minute there and just check if there is anything that I've missed on the chat box. All right. So, okay, there doesn't seem to be. I will allow questions and answers, please. If anybody needs to ask a question, you can type it in the chat box and I will look at it and then I will answer it. So let me first have a look at the chat box. What will happen to the plans expiring during the downtime period? Leslie, what will happen to the plans expiring during the downtime period? Will it be possible to auto reinvest those plans in the same plan so it may continue generating earnings? I don't expect this to go down to take that long, to be honest. I don't think so. I don't think it'll be a problem. The crons are running. Even while you can't access the site, the plans are running. This is what I've been told by IT. I've confirmed that. If it happens and you feel that you've lost a day or two, everybody where we've gone through some technical difficulties in the past knows this and can confirm this. If that happens, all you have to do is raise your hand, send a support ticket, say, I'm one of those victims, I've lost 2 days. And we will certainly adjust your account if that happens. Okay, so don't worry about it. You will not be out of pocket, that's for sure. All right. Carl, you are asking, can you talk us through generally how you deal with the DDoS attack so that when it comes back up, it stays up? Sorry, this screen is jumping. I'm busy reading, and then it's next message. Carl, I'm not entirely sure what you are asking generally, how you deal with DDoS. So at the moment, the DDoS attacks are covered by Cloudflare. It's some members by now probably know it, but it's not something we propagate. It's running through our domain name services are running through Cloudflare. It's protected by Cloudflare, and Cloudflare has different levels of settings of protection, and that's what we are busy with now. Carl, I'm not sure if I understand your question exactly, how we deal with it, and when it comes back up, it stays up. So what happens is, at the moment, the software that protects the DDoS attack, it forms a shield and makes the site unavailable until the amount of attacks. If you look at the graph that I'm using here as an example, as soon as it starts dropping, and it's in this area of the graph, then the server assumes it's safe to open up again, and then it makes it available for public access, unless if your IP address is blocked. This is what happens. And then the moment it starts attacking again, it shuts off. So that's how it's dealt with at the moment. When it comes back up, it'll stay up for as long as the DDoS attack doesn't happen again, based on the current settings. We are changing that though, and that's why I'm smiling, because we're going to do something different now. Okay, so and I can't unfortunately discuss it here. I'm happy to have the discussion with you in private, technically, as to what we are doing, but when we are planning to do some things to change it so that it basically wears off the attack and stays up at the same time. That's what we are planning to do. All right. Okay, I've got a lot of questions running here, so give me a second, please. Okay, wat trek jy met wat? Yes. Leslie, Ayanda, is there any update on the Forex trading? That's it. Just give me a second. Okay, so the question on the Ayanda's question about the trading, let me just have a look. Is there an update on the Forex trading? You guys you all know about the whole Corona thing. This is not news to anybody. All right. And I know the volatility of the market helps people that are really know their stuff when it comes to trading in certain instances, especially on short-term and day trading. But the risks are huge. So we put the Forex trading testing on hold with the intention to first finish the advertising thing and get that up and running. It's not on hold really per se, but more like on the back burner for now. We didn't forget about it or anything. In fact, one of the new projects that we have has a feature built in for people interested in this, okay, which will be activated at the time when the time is right. So we have allowed for it in our new project. It is there, definitely. But at the moment, it's not our primary focus because of all the things that's been happening. But just give it another couple of weeks. I'm sure we will probably, that answer will change. Cressida, you are asking a question about buying over another platform that wasn't successful. They didn't accept our offer, unfortunately. But all I can say for now is, what they were doing, not necessarily how they were doing it, but what they were doing is what intrigued me. So for now, what I can say is that what we've decided since is that's where one of the three projects are coming from, but it's not the one that we wanted to buy because they declined our offer. and I am not going to pay much more money than what we've offered for a business that's already actually down, that's already gone down and already had bad ratings. I was happy to purchase the software and purchase the member count, so it would have helped, and that was what we were prepared to pay for. But the business had no more leg to stand on, so we would have had to rebrand it and go through the whole marketing exercise of under new management, blah 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 blah, to get the rankings back up, which would have taken a lot of more time to do, which I was happy to do at the time, but not at the price they were looking for it. The price that they eventually came back with, that they were interested in, for that money, I would rather just set up my own project and just start growing it from scratch. And I know I've got full control over everything. So I hope that answers your question. What we have next, please? Comment here from Leslie saying KYC should be made mandatory and a cut-off time. Yeah, sure. That's what we plan. KYC will become mandatory eventually, but you must understand one thing, because when you join a site, and I tell you this is the deal, and you're happy to join with the current deal, I can't, after you've joined, just change the deal and then hold you ransom and saying, well, I know that was the deal, but now I've changed my mind. So we do it just a little bit differently, whilst we have to change, of course, and yes, our terms and conditions allow for this, but I have to be fair and reasonable. So we will set it up, test it, ensure it works. We will then announce it. We will explain all about it, and we will decide on a fair and reasonable deadline for active members to become KYC compliant, after which we will have a second portion of the deadline where we say, okay, now we're blocking you until you become KYC compliant, or we're locking your withdrawals until you become KYC compliant. And then eventually, if you then still not comply, we'll just completely close your account. So it will be a process, but it will be a fair process. You can be sure about that. But the fact that there should be a deadline, I can assure you there will be a deadline, but it will be a fair one. Okay. Anything else? Let's have a look. Ntindiso is asking, I would like to know if the ending percentage, guys, sorry, I'm reading in the wrong place here. Let me just check. I'm reading what the team hasn't been able to answer on the chat box. I'm only going to read those questions. So are there any questions now that I need to answer? Johan is asking, until when will the website be off, you think? I don't know if you missed this part earlier. I mentioned this. I don't know. And it's not that it's off. It's just not accessible for certain countries and certain IP addresses. All right. I can tell you now, we are working on it as we speak, hence why some people are not in the meeting that would normally be here. So I've excused them from the meeting this evening because they are busy working on it. But watch your email, watch social media, keep an eye out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, of course, email shots, because something else I want to say, our email server is a complete separate server. It's not in any way linked to our website. So even if the website does not exist anymore, the emails will still work because it's a separate server. All right. So yes, I don't know. Let's have a look here. Leslie, is there any way to determine who the members are without an active lending plan and remove them? The DDoS attacker will most probably be someone without an active lending plan. Leslie, I agree with you. In terms of it will most probably be, but it's not always the case. They actually put money into the system to test it. They test it so that they can follow the code, and they test it so that but I'm now talking about a hacker, not a DDoS attacker, not the same thing always. Sometimes same type of person, but not always. So they actually put money in. So it's very difficult to determine where I'm sitting here now. This person, it's probably a good chance he's listening to what I'm saying. I don't know. It's very difficult because, you know, if I can very easily offend somebody if I think that he's one of those bad apples. So it's very difficult to say. But if they are not active at all and they haven't been active for a certain period, yes, we'll just close the accounts. In fact, that's actually one of our new policies. Going forward, we will allow a fair time. Again, a fair time, we'll close the account. And it doesn't mean if you close the account because you've been inactive that you can never join again. You can join again, but you'll have a certain period of time to become an active member. And active meaning either by advertising or active by means of lending, that just any form of activity will prevent us closing your account, but we need some activity. All right. Let's have a look, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. All right. I'm glad you're watching me, sir. Okay, guys, I want to tell you all, I just got a message from him. Okay. He's actually watching. He's in the meeting. All right. So this is fun. We're going to have some fun, you and I, yeah? Let's have some fun. Right. Great. Guys, if there are any more questions, let me just check. Did I answer all the questions? All right. If there are any more questions, please feel free to contact and reach out to our team. Okay. Mr. DDoS attacker, enjoy your fun while it lasts. You know what? I said this. I will, to protect our members, I will close the site down if I have to and open a new one, but I will not pay you. Okay. Have a great one, guys. Have a good evening. Be safe out there, and we'll chat again soon. Thank you very much.